Hello, this is Dave and welcome to Equity Story. We've got a lot of new trials today, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of a insight to what we do here at Equity Story. And we've got sort of maybe 5-6 really good parts of the website and areas where we're putting out stock ideas and obviously doing pretty well with them. If you're interested in our results, you can click here on past results and you can see obviously see a lot of green there. And I'll sort of give you an idea of, in this little talk now, why we are so successful and why we have been making a lot of money for all our members. That's me there in the middle. You can click that video and I'll give you a little sort of talk about our trending philosophy so you can have a little bit of an idea of what we do. But I suppose the sort of the one of the biggest areas of Equity Story is our trending model, and what we do there is that we trend stocks, and mostly these are ASX 200 or ASX 300 companies, and I think over the last 2 years we've done about 50, 60, maybe even 70% returns out of these companies. And it's very, very simple what we do. We when we feel they're going up, we try and buy them near their sort of moving averages and try and buy them on a good buy signal. And one we put on recently, this is one of the best trending stocks on the ASX is Burson Group. All our members will get an email from us and it will say something very simple like Burson Group, BAP, Equity Story, recommend. You buy the stock on the 29th of June at 2.16 and please pay no more than $5.44. When we decide to sell that stock, you'll get an email. We say we think it's a good time to sell it and to take a profit. And I think a lot of the reason we've been so successful is that we haven't been too greedy over the last few years, and the ASX 200 has been generally trading downwards to sideways, and in that sort of environment, obviously if you've got a chance that you go and make 5-10% profit in 2 weeks, it's good money, it's good return. You take it and take the money off the table pretty quickly. This is a classic Equity Story one we did the other week. Bellamy's, we bought it. We trended this twice, taken a nice sort of 10%, now nice little 6% in a very short time on Bellamy's, and it's pretty predictable. Comes back, hits that moving average, jumps back off it, came back again, got in again on that little buy signal, and took a nice sort of little 6.51% profit in 1 week. And we think that obviously this is great money. A lot of fund managers will be happy to make that sort of money in a year, and obviously if we can do it in a week and go in and buy in these stocks and trend them, it's a great way to obviously make our bank accounts a little bit bigger. We also trend obviously smaller stocks as well. Some of the sort of ones we've done are things like Farm Pride we did recently. That was a nice sort of 12.4% profit in where is that? Just in 1 month. So again, good money. I mean, you annualize those sort of returns and they can be over 100%. So the trendings are obviously a big part of what we do at Equity Story. It's got getting a huge following and everyone really enjoys it, and I think it's a lot of fun as well. You go in and take a nice 5, 6, 7% profit and then look for the next story. It's obviously a great way to buy and sell shares. A little bit I'll give you a little bit of an idea of the psychology. I'll show you some trends that we got on at the moment. So SGR is one of these, and really, I mean, I think I'm not trying to sort of knock what we do, but it's a little bit sort of play school stuff, really. I mean, we buy stocks going up. This is fantastic. A very predictable trend. Comes down to the trend line SGR at the moment and bounces up beautifully off it. This one we got on at the moment. It looks absolutely great. Ramsay Healthcare. I mean, this is cheating. I mean, this company hardly ever breaks its moving average. And again, fundamentally we have a good idea. We want to make sure these companies are growing their earnings strongly and with a nice trend, and we're pretty sure they're going to go up. CSL is one of these. It's a great company growing its earnings by 20% over 20% a year. There's no reason it's not going to keep trending up. And again, we're in good money on that one at the moment. Corporate Travel we put on yesterday. Again, sort of really very simple. And I suppose TPM. These are some great trends we've got on at the moment. And I suppose importantly, what trending does. Not only does it direct you into the good stories, it just keeps you away from all the rubbish as well. So things like obviously BHP, broker trend of $35, and again starting to improve a little bit, but giving us no real signal to get back into the story. And obviously Woolworths, I love Woolworths. I go there all the time with my wife, and it's great, but I wouldn't buy the stock, especially when it broke that trend around sort of you can give them a little bit of leeway, but certainly maybe here you'd want to get out, and suddenly looks absolutely weak, really weak, and maybe we'll get, maybe one day we will trend Woolworths again, but I wouldn't buy it here or try and pick a bottom, and maybe buy it on a different time in the cycle, maybe try and take the easy money from maybe $24 to $30 and have a nice little profit there. That's basically what we do it with the trending. It's got a huge sort of following, and people absolutely love this part of the website. We do offer, if you go to the Einstein's trending blog, this is slightly different. About a year ago, a lot of our members said, Dave, we like most of our trending is sort of, most of those trending stocks we tell you, send you an email when to buy them, when to sell them. Most of the time they're about sort of 1 month on average, those sort of trends. People, we do have a lot of people like shorter term trading ideas. So every week we put out a whole list of stocks that we think will go up that week. Now we don't say when to sell these, so we suggest if you want to buy them obviously Monday morning. And so like for example this week we put out AWC, and there's a whole list of AOG, BXP, BRG, and I think PMV. And again, very simple. PMV looks great. Great looking trend, had that little run up, came back, hit the trend line, bouncing off it absolutely beautifully, and again doing quite well this week. RHC's on there. RHC is now an official trend. So we're always giving a lot of great ideas, and these weekly buy and sell signals are incredibly successful. Now also we give a whole lot of shares which we think are bullish as well, and again you can see a whole list there. We put about 26 of those on, and I think yesterday on Monday we had 24 of those in the green, which is again pretty extraordinary. You can go back and you can scroll back to the bottom of these blogs, and you can go back about 1 year, and you can see the success that Equity Story has had with these weekly buy and sell signals, how accurate they are. These weekly buy and sell signals would have outperformed any other share advice website possibly in the history of Australia, and we don't even put those in our results because our results are just so outstanding on their own. But please go on, you can have a look at what these stocks have done. We often each week put a bit of an idea. We talk about the ones that did really well, but again they're absolutely fantastic. So for all those of you who are taking a trial that like to have a little trade each week and look for a stock, make a bit of money, again you'd absolutely love the weekly buy and sell signals. So the other sections to the website, which again have a lot of traction, are our 3-year growth stories and our 10 baggers. I think we've had so many of these stocks that have doubled and tripled and quadrupled over the last 2 years. I mean, 10 baggers has got a really sort of strong reputation, and I think we've got a great list of stocks there. As we do with our 3-year growth stories, I mean, the 3-year growth stories are absolutely doing brilliantly. And I'll give you an idea, I'll give you an idea of our write-ups and how we sort of write these stories up. This was Catapult. We've had 100% gain on Catapult within 5 months since we put it on. Catapult's, obviously a really exciting story. If you see these sort of, you can't really see there in this photo, but all these sort of sportsmen running around now wearing these sort of bra type things. And again, what they do, obviously they monitor, they're called wearables, and they monitor the heart rate and the fitness of all these elite athletes. Well, Catapult is just growing its business, and obviously Premier League soccer teams and Dallas Cowboys use them, and they've got such great growth potential, growing their earnings. And we make very simple. We keep it simple equity story. We tell you about the story, why to buy the story. We give the reason, give an analysis, often a few graphs, and just where the current sentiment is. And again, our 3-year growth stories are again attracting a lot of attention for the success that they're obviously having. We also put a little story of the month. This is a story that didn't quite reach our 10 baggers. It's called First Available, but it's one we just got watching at the moment, and if it improves or we see some revenue, one day it could be a 10 bagger, but it's a little bit too soon at the moment. but we just wrote it up as a story of the month. So again, if you want to see how we write these stories up, here's another classic example of really how we write the stories. We've got a great team here at Equity Story. I'm very lucky to have, I think, Steve Grossman, who's ex-UBS. I think he's one of the best sort of fundamental analysis, share analysis guys on the market, and as well as Peter Kobetz, who used to be at DJ Carmichael. And Peter is, again, we're really lucky to have him on board. I suppose the other side to Equity Story is we are very close with the members. We do say if if you got interested about a stock or you've got something you're not too sure about, give us a call. So we're very open at the office here, and I think that's the great thing about really Equity Story. I'd say about 50 of our members have been in the finance business all their life. They're retired now. They're trading from home, and it gives us another great 40-50 eyes and ears in the market looking for ideas for us that I suppose we're not even paying for, which is great. So just to cap it all, we've got trending stocks, 3-year growth, 10 baggers, future blue chips, which again, stocks that we think will be blue chips for 10 years. Again, it's a little bit of a sort of I suppose a look on really how wrong fund managers are today with the idea that blue chips are blue chips. And Equity Story, what we do, we're not day traders, and we're certainly we don't go long. We live in this world in the middle, and I think this world in the middle is where you're going to make the most money out of shares. Anyway, enjoy the trial. If you've got any questions, please give us a call at the office. If you hit contact, the number's there, or send us an email. Enjoy the trial, and obviously one day we'd absolutely love to have you join up. Just actually having a look at the market today. Just like I say, every night we do a video, and we talk about the market, what's going on. We give a sort of good idea of where we think the market's going, and at the moment we're pretty here's the ASX 200. You can see today it's about 5448. We quite like the way the market's trending, and I think that, if we can hold these levels, I think we can have some really good weeks ahead. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for listening to us, and enjoy the trial. Thank you. Bye bye.